Lousy bunch of flowers.
Kev, now, Kev, let's
Buzz off, or I'll flatten you.
How in the hell did he find out?
Stop yelling. Lynn's in their room.
Well, how?
He overheard Fiona and me talking.
Oh, terrific.
We thought he was on the roof working.
But we agreed not to talk about it.
David, whether you like it or not, it has to be discussed.
Oh, yeah, now that you've broadcasted.
That's not fair. And stop yelling. We have to decide what we're going to do.
Well, damned if I know. Look, you think of something. You're the one who blabbed.
And you're the one who caused it.
You don't have to tell me. I could hear them.
He turned up at footy practice. He offered me a lift home. When I saw the flowers, it just did my block.
Flowers?
Yeah, he bought some flowers for Mum. As if that's supposed to make everything better.
It's probably better it's come out now. You couldn't keep it bottled up forever.
Can I come in? Oh, hello, love. When did you get back?
Just now.
Your dad's got something he wants to say to you. You too, Lynn. Come on.
Sit down. What you heard Fiona and your mother were talking about was right. When I was up in Sydney, I know it was wrong, but the way things happened, I couldn't help myself. When your mum found out about it, she decided to keep it to herself. She knew how upset you'd get, and she was right. Since I've been back, we've been trying to sort things out, getting things back to the way they were. Look, I'm not going to pretend that it's going to happen straight off, but we're working on it. So far, so good. I'm just lucky I've got someone like your mum who's prepared to take me back. Now, if she can handle it, why can't you?
You've got one rule for yourself and one for everyone else. Like when you found me and Lynn at Susie's, how bad did you make us feel? You've given John a hard time for years. Then when it suits you, you get all buddy-buddy so you can stay up longer with her.
Kevin?
No, it's right, Mum. He's the first to knock anyone else. And when he does a hell of a lot worse, we're supposed to pretend it didn't happen.
Come on, it's not like that, Kev. Nobody's perfect.
You can say that again. What about all the stuff you put Mum through, too, before you went up there? I've got to have work, love. There's a strike on. You couldn't wait to go, could you?
I didn't know at that stage.
Yeah, sure.
What's the use in trying to talk to you when you carry on like a kid?
At least I know what's right and what's wrong.
You saying I don't? I just told you I was wrong.
Then why weren't you honest about it when you came back instead of pretending?
That's as much my fault as your dad's, love.
Oh, don't stick up for him, Mum. Come on.
The greatest TV cast ever in a superb drama premiere with hardly any ads.
Australia's Rachel Griffiths, Sally Field and Callista Flockhart in Brothers and Sisters, Monday after Desperate Housewives.
Oh, Joan, Foxtel's going for quite the low price.
Yes.
If you want Foxtel...
We'll put something out.
What good's that going to do?
We've all got to live there. It's going to be awful if you don't.
No.
Well, it's not only me. What about your mum? How hard are you making it for her?
What about how hard he made it for her? I can't help the way I feel. I hate him.
I'm not looking forward to going back there.
Don't worry. We're getting out anyway.
I think it's about time I hightailed it back to Sydney. You've got enough on your plate without me around.
Oh, I'm sorry, Fiona. You came down for a bit of cheering up, and what happens? You'll end up cheerer-upper.
Oh, I feel so awful. If we hadn't been talking about...
That's silly.
I just wish there was something I could do to help.
It's something David and Kevin have to sort out. It'll just take time.
There's an open invitation if you ever want to talk. Just pick up the phone. Or hop on a plane. It's only an hour away.
Thanks.
I just can't wait to run into Patricia Hamilton when I get back. Oh, have I got a few things to say to her.
Hi. Any calls from Prue?
Not since I've been home. Were you expecting one?
After the brush off I gave her this morning, I'm not too sure. She's hanging around too much. I like seeing her, but not all the time.
How did she take it?
How do you reckon?
Think you've done your dash?
I think she enjoys it. Trying to get her own way with me.
She has my sympathy.
We both have to put up with it. I better get out of these dirty things.
Could you take these up for me?
Yeah. You buy more clothes in one hit than I've ever had in my life.
Wish I'd had a camera just then.
Why?
Rosie was milking the goat, and Plancy decided to go and shake the bucket. Well, all she got for her pains was a well-aimed squirt of milk straight in the face.
There's no doubt about Rosie. She won't take nonsense, not even from a kitten.
I'll be sorry to leave here. It's the sort of atmosphere I need right now.
You're always welcome.
Thank you.
You'll have to let me know about the funeral. I'd like to come.
Well, it's a very nice thought, Gordon, but I've decided to keep it a private affair, only family. Even that'll be bad enough, knowing some of them, they'd love to wallow in their misery. The one I will have to spend time with is Roland's mother. She's had a nasty shock. She'll be very upset.
Just as well you've got Prue. She'll be able to give you a bit of moral support.
Yes. Fortunately, she'll be able to keep apart from it all. She and Roland hardly knew each other. She's definitely not the sentimental sort.
Come in.
Oh, thank God you're home. For a moment there, I thought you might still be at work.
What's up?
Uncle Roland just died. I had to break the news to Auntie Barb. I need some company.
Oh, sure. How did it happen?
He had a heart attack in Nevada. They phoned through to home, and since I was the only one there, I had to phone Auntie Barb at Woombai and tell her. It wasn't easy.
I bet it wasn't.
I know how much he's going to miss him. They were so close. They'd been married 25 years, and they still loved each other.
Long time.
He was a wonderful man. The sort who could get along with anyone. We used to spend so much time together. He was my favorite relative.
You want anything? A drink?
Thanks. I'll be all right in a minute. Just helps being with you.
Mid-flight to Australia, suddenly all four...
I'll get it. Gordon Hamilton.
It's Patricia.
What do you want?
I've just heard about Roland Armstrong's death.
Yes.
Well, Prue's here. She said Barbara's with you. I'd like to pass on my condolences.
Anything else?
You can set her mind at rest about Prue. She was very upset when she came, but John seems to be calming her down.
What Barbara says, she hardly knew. Sounds like she's after a bit of sympathy to me.
It probably would.
I take it you're determined to stay on in the house?
Try and get me out.
I'll tell Barbara you called.
Maybe I could come down to Woombai with you. You and Auntie Barb are the only friends I've got in Sydney.
What about the rest of your family?
Oh, I didn't know them very well. Except for Auntie Barb and Uncle Roland. We used to spend so much time together. I know I'm a nuisance sometimes, but you don't mind if we see more of each other, do you?
As much time as you like.
Thanks.
What sort of service are you having?
Oh, simple as possible. Won't be any argument there. The minister's known the family for years. He knows what we're like. The music I've chosen is something Roland wrote himself. Well, back in his uni days, he played flute. He dabbled a bit in composition. There's one piece he was particularly fond of. He used to drive me mad with it. He played it so often. It's hardly a hymn, but I think Roland would have approved.
That's all that matters.
I can't help thinking if I'd stayed with him instead of coming home when he never could remember to take those tablets.
There's no point in worrying about things like that.
I'm going to miss him. We did so much together. We knew each other so well. Sometimes it was as if we'd just met. Nothing ever changed, not in all those years. You know what I mean?
Yes. It was sort of like that for me with my first wife. Not that we had that long.
Well, anyway, I'll be glad when the next few days are over. I won't mind hearing from a few genuine friends, but I'm not looking forward to coping with all the others.
You know, if it gets too much, you can always come back here.
I know.
You're welcome to stay as long as you like.
Thank you, Gordon. Thank you very much.
I wonder where they are.
No, I don't care. They're old enough to look after themselves.
I just had a thought. They might have been around at Susie's telling her.
Isn't she on night duty?
Oh, of course. We should tell her. Better go around first thing in the morning.
Do we have to?
Do you want another Kevin on your hands?
I've got to work.
David, if I go by myself, what'll she think? If we don't tell her, Kevin probably will.
You all right?
Want some? Don't think I could eat any more.
Yeah, I'm not hungry either.
Well, if we leave, where'll we live?
Oh, we'll find somewhere.
We haven't got any money. I can't go to my dad. I know what he'd say.
We're not going to ask anyone for anything. I'll leave school and get a job.
Oh, that's stupid.
We need money. And the only way for me to get it is to leave school and get a job. I am not staying here living off him.
Oh, all right.
Hey, we won't starve. Oh, well, maybe we'd better finish that.
My intern is dying because I was stupid enough to think I held all the answers.
All Saints, returning to Tuesdays in 07.
Excuse me.
Are you feeling better this morning?
Oh, it'll help spending the day with John.
Have you eaten?
Thank you.
He tells me you're going up to Woombye with him.
That's if it's all right with Mr. Hamilton.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. If I had my way, he'd be staying on here. Still, I don't have to tell you how stubborn he can be.
Well, it sounds like a good job to me.
I really can't say anything at the moment. Perhaps we can have a chat about it some other time.
Wouldn't John like discussing it?
Oh, he's a bit funny that way. In a nutshell, I think that John has an enormous amount of potential. But at Woombye, all he'll be is a general dog's body. Now, if he stayed on here, I could help him really make something of himself.
Oh, do you want me to talk to him?
No, he'd bite your head off. Still, while you're up there, if you see an opportunity, a little hint wouldn't go astray. I get the feeling he listens to you.
Of course I will. Gee, I thought he was in charge or something.
He's in for a bit of a shock, I think. He's got too nice a nature for his own good. He won't stand up and speak out for himself.
I'll keep an eye on him.
Good.
I like her.
Who?
Your mother. She's changed to feel welcome.
Give Angela a go. She's as nice as Patricia when you get to know her.
You know, it's usually the mother who doesn't think the girl's good enough.
No, that's not a problem.
What is?
Suppose you're just different sorts of people. Open the bonnet.
It's over there. God, are you mechanical too?
When your dad's a trucker, you get to know a fair bit about engines. You have to learn how to do it yourself when you can't afford to pay other people to.
Your family pretty poor then?
They haven't got money to throw around.
Nothing wrong with that. Looks like you won't have to worry, though.
Whatever money I make for myself.
Well, we'll have to make sure you get there then, won't we? You'll have to.
Main thing is you're still together. That's more important than anything.
Kevin doesn't see it that way.
Oh, it's about time he grew up.
What have I been saying? Thanks, Susie.
It's a bit of a shock. If Mum's fine about it, I don't see why I should make a fuss. Hello?
It's Kev, Susie.
What do you want, Kevin?
I want to apologise for the way I carried on the other night when you came over for tea. I just found something out that put me in a pretty rotten mood. Sorry.
That's okay.
The other thing is, how'd you like a couple of boarders? I've just had a big blow-up with Dad, and Lynn and I are getting out. We need somewhere to live. What do you say?
What sort of blow-up?
I'll tell you about it when we get there. Is it all right?
I've got to go to work in an hour or so.
We know where the spare key is, okay?
I suppose so.
Thanks. See you soon.
Bye.
What did he want?
To move in here. I said yes, just to take the heat off the moment. You better get home and try and stop him.
Don't stop him, all right, you young idiot.
It might be an idea if you didn't tell him you were here when he called. I don't want him to think I'm taking sides. At least he's speaking to me if you can't talk them out of it. It's better for them to be here than some strange place.
You're right, love.
Good luck.
Okay, so you don't agree with what he did. But I don't see why you have to leave. You're throwing everything away, darling.
Am I?
It seems I was wrong. I always treated you as an adult. Your dad is right. You're just a big kid. What does it take to get through to you that people aren't perfect? All of us make mistakes. I'd like to see how you'd behave given some of the pressures your dad and Mum have been put under. Look, I'm not saying for one moment what your dad did is right. It isn't. He almost made the biggest mistake of his life. But fortunately, it only helped to strengthen their marriage. I know you've always looked up to your dad, and he disappointed you. But that's still no reason to cut him off.
Is that it?
Yes.
Good. We'd like to go on with our packing.
Where are they? Oh, where do you think you're going?
We're moving out.
Don't, love. What's happened is between your dad and me, no one else. Leaving's not going to help. Don't you think I've been through enough lately?
I'm sorry, Mum. I couldn't handle living with
Ah,
him.
put your bags away and stop being stupid.
Gonna make me?
Look, I explained it all, Kevin.
Not good enough.
Well, if you leave now, you needn't come back.
It's fine by me. I don't want to.
Stop it, both of you.
Look, Beryl, that's the way he wants it. Let him go.
You couldn't stop me.
Kevin?
Tonight, 2 more strangers will be given the chance to win more money than on any other show in the world when The Rich List continues 7:30 tonight. Then 2 of the most incredible hours ever in the series return of 24, The New Beginning at 8:30 on 7. But coming up next, Crumbs.
About sons and daughters, love and laughter, tears and sadness and happiness.
Tonight on 7, the sensational new game show, The